Hi, everyone. One of the best ways to enhance the learning of English language is composition. Now, let us learn English language further by listening to this new English composition. The topic of the English composition is Boeing 747, the Queen of the Sky. Let us start the composition. The Boeing 747, also known as the jumbo jet, is a wide-body commercial airplane that was first introduced in 1969. It is one of the most recognizable and iconic aircraft in the world, known for its distinctive hump-shaped upper deck. The 747 was the first wide-body airplane ever produced, and it revolutionized the way people traveled by air. The development of the 747 began in the early 1960s, as airlines were looking for larger airplanes to meet the growing demand for air travel. At the time, most commercial airplanes had a maximum capacity of around 200 passengers, but the 747 was designed to carry more than twice that number. This increased capacity was made possible by the airplane's wide-body design, which included two aisles and a spacious cabin. The 747's first flight took place on February 9, 1969, and the airplane was officially introduced to the public in 1970. The 747 quickly became a popular choice for airlines around the world, and it was used for both domestic and international flights. The 747 was also used for cargo flights, as the large upper deck provided ample space for cargo containers. One of the most notable features of the 747 is its distinctive hump-shaped upper deck. This design was intended to provide additional space for passengers and cargo, but it also made the 747 instantly recognizable. The upper deck was initially used for first-class seating, but it later became a popular location for lounges and other amenities. The 747 has undergone several updates and upgrades over the years. The 747-100, which was the first model produced, had a maximum capacity of around 450 passengers. The 747-200, which was introduced in 1971, had a higher maximum capacity of around 660 passengers. The 747-300, which was introduced in 1983, had even more updates, like a longer upper deck, and a capacity of around 660 passengers. The most recent version of the 747, the 747-8, was introduced in 2011. It has a maximum capacity of around 660 passengers, and it's the most advanced and fuel-efficient version of the 747 yet. The 747 has been used by many airlines around the world, but it is perhaps most closely associated with the United States. American airlines like United, Delta, and American Airlines have operated large fleets of 747s, and the airplane has been a mainstay of their international routes for many years. In recent years, the 747 has been gradually phased out of service by many airlines. The increasing popularity of smaller, more fuel-efficient airplanes like the Boeing 787 and the Airbus A350 has made the 747 less economical to operate. Furthermore, the 747's large size and high operating costs have made it less practical for many airlines. As a result, the production of the 747 was halted in 2020. Despite the 747's eventual retirement, it will always be remembered as a revolutionary airplane that changed the way people travel by air. The 747's large capacity and distinctive design made it a popular choice for airlines and passengers alike, and it will always be remembered as a symbol of the golden age of air travel. The Boeing 747 is one of the most iconic and recognizable airplanes in the world. It was the first wide-body airplane ever produced, and it revolutionized the way people traveled by air. The 747's large capacity and distinctive design made it a popular choice for airlines, and it will always be remembered as a symbol of the golden age of air travel. Though the 747 has been phased out of service in recent years due to its large size and high operating costs, it will always be remembered as a revolutionary airplane that changed the way people travel. The Boeing 747, also known as the Queen of the Skies, is a wide-body commercial airliner that was first introduced in 1969. The 747 revolutionized air travel by being the first aircraft to have a double-deck design, which allows for a larger passenger capacity. The 747 has been in production for over 50 years and is still in service today, although its production has slowed in recent years. The 747 was first introduced by Boeing in the 1960s as a response to the growing demand for air travel. At the time, the most popular aircraft for long-haul flights was the Boeing 707, which had a capacity of around 200 passengers. However, with the increasing popularity of air travel, airlines were looking for a larger aircraft that could accommodate more passengers. The 747 was designed to meet this need, with a capacity of around 400 passengers. The 747's design was revolutionary for its time. It featured a double-deck design, with the upper deck being used for seating and the lower deck being used for cargo and baggage. The upper deck also featured a lounge area for first-class passengers. This design allowed for a much larger passenger capacity than any other aircraft at the time. The 747's first flight took place on February 9, 1969, and it was introduced into commercial service later that year. The first airline to operate the 747 was Pan American World Airways, which used the aircraft on its New York-London route. Other airlines quickly followed suit, and the 747 quickly became the flagship aircraft for many major airlines. The 747 has undergone several updates and upgrades throughout its production. The 747-100 and -200 were the first versions of the aircraft, and they were followed by the 747-300 and -400. The 747-400 was the most popular version of the aircraft, with over 660 units being built. The 747-8 is the latest and current version of the aircraft, which features updated engines and aerodynamics to improve fuel efficiency. The 747 has been used for a variety of purposes throughout its history. In addition to being used as a commercial airliner, the 747 has also been used as a cargo aircraft, a military transport, and even as a presidential aircraft, Air Force One. Despite its long history and revolutionary design, the 747 has faced challenges in recent years. With the rise in fuel prices and the increasing popularity of smaller, more fuel-efficient aircraft, the 747's role as a commercial airliner has become increasingly limited. In addition, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused a significant decrease in air travel, which has further impacted the 747's viability as a commercial airliner. In conclusion, the Boeing 747, also known as the Queen of the Skies, is a wide-body commercial airliner that was first introduced in 1969. The 747 revolutionized air travel by being the first aircraft to have a double-deck design, which allows for a larger passenger capacity. The 747 has been in production for over 50 years and is still in service today, although its production has slowed in recent years. Despite facing challenges in recent years, the 747 will always be remembered as a revolutionary aircraft that changed the way we travel. Okay. That's all. Thank you very much for learning with me. If you want to strengthen your English language learning, replay this clip and listen once again and if possible again and again. Okay. Kindly like and subscribe my channel. Bye.